Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome back to another episode of iChongqing's channel. This is Echo Chain. Today, we are welcoming our special guest from Dusseldorf, Germany, Anna, and she has been waiting there for us. And also, we have produced some content with our journalist, Deng Nan, and our guest from Germany. So today, we are diving into the latest developments in trade, innovation, and cultural exchange between Chongqing, China, and Dusseldorf, Germany. This is going to be a really dynamic content series episode. Please follow us, follow our pages on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. Also, like and share this live stream video to support us, okay? From the booming economic ties to exciting educational collaborations, there's so much to explore. So let's get started. First, we probably could talk about the trade. Did you know that the Chongqing Rural Railway Express Wixingou has now operated over 5,500 freight trains carrying goods worth 330 billion yuan. That's more than half of Chongqing's total China-Europe rail cargo value. And there's an exciting update for it. Just last week, Chongqing's Party Secretary Yuan Jiajun visited Duisburg, a key hub for this rail network to launch the ACEM Express, a new logistics model linking Europe to Southeast Asia in just 19 days. Hi, Kevin. Hi. So, there are so many comments coming up in our live streaming. but we can talk about it later, okay? This is a game changer for global supply chains. So I think beyond this, we can invite our guest, Anna from Germany, who has been waiting in the port with us.
Chongqing-hao. Hi, everyone. My name is Anna, and I am a researcher and lecturer at Duisburg University and Academy of International Affairs in Bonn. And I also work in Paris. So today we are in Germany, Dusseldorf, and I'm going to show you around this beautiful part of the city. So here, let me start with a very brief introduction of Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf is a capital city of North Rhine-Westphalia. This is one of 16 federal states in Germany. This is a center of fashion, trade, finance, and it's a very famous city. It's very windy today, but I hope you enjoy our introduction. Just to let you know where Düsseldorf is located, so you have a better picture. We are in the western parts of Germany, and it's very close to Belgium, for example. It's very close to Netherlands, Holland, yeah. And it takes me about 4 hours by train to get to Paris. So it's a very good located city. It's also a transportation hub, famous in Germany. So here we are standing on the bridge, as you might have noticed. The name of the bridge is very interesting. It's called the Living Bridge. Why the Living Bridge? Because this area is a port, is a former port, is a former harbor, yes, and this area of the city is called Medienhafen, yes, in German, which means media port, media harbor, and it's divided into two parts. So the Living Bridge connects these two parts and makes it's very comfortable and easy to get from one part of the city to another part of the city. Let's go and I'll show you more. We are now approaching the other side of the bridge, yeah, and here you will find a lot of offices. It's also a business center. It's also a place with a lots of different restaurants and cafes. You can also find Chinese food here, which is delicious. Here, what you will immediately see is this crane. Look at this. And of course, this crane represents the past history of this part of the city, which is the harbor. So it was an actual harbor where ships would come, park and stay, and a lot of trade will happen here. So this what the designers of the city decided to keep because of its very symbolic specific meaning. What is also very interesting, and you will see just in a couple of seconds. Hi. Come, I show you. Are these railways? Yeah, so these are actual railways, yeah, for the trains, yeah, which used to run here, yeah. So you have the crane and railways. Okay, so come. As you probably already know, let's move a little bit. We are having a very big event on Sunday, so you see a lot of preparation happening here. Yeah, so on Sunday it will be very crowded with a lot of sports activities, but now it's a little bit empty. So let me show you something else. So as you can see, these railways, the actual railways, are piercing through the harbor because they were the real, railways for the trains. Yeah. And as you might know, Dusseldorf is a twin city, is a city, sister city of Chongqing. And last year we celebrated 20 years of this partnership, which was a very significant date. If you go a little bit back in history, you will find out that the first partnership between the cities were established. Now I keep the pause for you to think, yeah? So the first partnership between the German and Chinese cities was established 40 years ago. 40 years ago, in 1982, between the city of Duisburg and Wuhan in China. Yeah, the city of Duisburg is situated very close to Dusseldorf. It's only about 25 kilometers away. And it's a very significant city because of its first partnership with the Chinese city of Wuhan. City of Duisburg and Dusseldorf are in close cooperation with each other, of course. Yes, and why I'm talking about this is precisely because of these railways that you can still see. Yeah, so they still run through the harbor. Yeah, it is a very important city and port, Duisport in Duisburg, that connects Chongqing and Duisburg. Duisport, the port in Duisburg, is the largest inland port in Europe. And it's also the terminal station of One Belt, One Road railway. Yeah. In Chinese, of course, the name is Yuxin-O, yeah, and this is the connection of Chongqing, Duisburg, that is in 25 kilometers from Düsseldorf, where we're standing now, yeah, and um, other parts of Europe, yeah. So here, as you can see, there is a river, yeah, and this river, Rhine River, the river Rhine, connects Duisburg and Düsseldorf and many other European cities. This is very important location here. Yeah. All right. Also, this part of the city is famous for its very interesting modern architecture. And in a couple of seconds, I will show you some representative buildings built 10, 15 years ago, which probably might remind you of some Chinese cities also. Yeah, so now we are walking alongside the harbor. Yes, the port where the boats, private boats, can park. And shortly after, I will show you this boat. There is a boat club here, yeah, so people can enjoy and have some fun here, and which actually connects to the river Rhine. Yeah. Now here, if we look to the left, we can see the point where the harbor becomes the river. So this is the exit to the river Rhine. Well, now next, come and see these buildings. Düsseldorf is not only a center for finance. I also have to mention that Düsseldorf is home to a lot of different companies. And Chinese companies in particular. There are over 600 Chinese companies located in Düsseldorf only. For example, the headquarters of Huawei is also in Düsseldorf. So this is a trade, commercial trade center, yeah. But also it's famous for its unique architecture. So here, if you look at this red building, we have the trio. So this is a composition of 3 buildings. This red one, the white one in the back, and my favorite one, Now I will show you the silver one. It's a very interesting building. Yes, you can see this is also a restaurant. We quite often come to here just to have coffee and relax and watch the night view, which is also very beautiful. All right, so now you can have the full scene of these three buildings. Yeah, very interestingly, so these buildings were built in 1998 or so, were completed, these three, yeah, by a famous architect, Frank Gehry, American-Canadian architect. And here in Dusseldorf, we often say that they remind of a family. So you have a mother, a father, and a child, so this trio, yeah? The shape of the building is very specific. What you also can see behind me is the Rhine Tower, TV tower, which is approximately 240 meters tall, long, yeah, and which becomes absolutely gorgeous at night. Also in the evening, you can reserve a place and enjoy food in the upper floor, yeah, of this tower, which gives you a very fantastic view of Düsseldorf. I'd like to go quickly back to Yuxin-O, yes, as we mentioned it, yeah, which is an incredibly important railway connection between China, Asia and Europe in general, and China and Germany. As you might know, a new initiative was launched not so long ago, and now Yuxin-O is growing into a larger network of partners. Just a couple of days ago in the news, it was reported that Yuxin-O is now working closely with ASEAN countries, yeah. So you can get from Duisburg, you still remember the city, Duisburg-Wuhan partnership of 40 years, yeah. So you can get from Duisburg to Chongqing, and then further to Thailand and even Vietnam, yes. So you see how the network of railways is expanding constantly and growing into a larger network of partnership. Now, I will lead you to the river where we can actually see the boats, yeah? Come, these are private boats, which is very interesting, yeah? These are private boats just owned by private people. They are the members of the boat club. Maybe we see a poster. Yeah, in the front we will see a poster. They have some activity, so it's a very lively, active club. And yeah, yeah. But since we are passing by here, you see the cars. Yes, and of course, when you think about Germany, I just have to say this. You think about car industry. Car industry is the backbone of German economy. Yeah, and car industry is very important in China also. We all know this. Yeah. Here, I would like to share with you very great news, and that is the Chang'an Group that you all know very well is going to establish its office here in Düsseldorf. Now we have one in Munich, yeah, but the group is expanding, and we might have one in Düsseldorf very soon. Cars are important in the context of transition to green technologies. Yeah, this is extremely important for the cities like Duisburg and Düsseldorf. Former industrial centers now are transiting to a different style of production that is green. Yes, for example, you can often hear about green energy. You can often hear about hydrogen, yes, as a source of alternative green energy. Again, back to Duisburg, it also builds a hydrogen hub. And the Duisport, the port of Duisburg, and many other ports in Germany also, are also trying to transit to hydrogen ports. So this source of energy or other alternative sources of energy are incredibly important. Therefore, electrical vehicles, for example, are quite significant in car production. So I guess we move to the boats now, from cars to boats, yeah? Since I promised you to show you this wonderful place. And shall we move here? If you ask me personally, I often come here in the evening. It's really very nice place to relax, to have a drink, and even dance. Yeah. Later, I will show you where we dance in the evening here. Yeah. But for now, you see the this let's say call it parking lots spots, yeah, for the boats, for private boats. So they all belong to a club, yeah, or association of boats. Yeah, these are private boats parking here, organizing events, traveling together from one country even, or one city to another city, from one country to another country, alongside the river Rhine. Yeah, so you can have a good look at this as we're getting down to the river, closer to the river. I can, of course, imagine taking a boat with a group of people, maybe with kids, you know, families, going to Rotterdam, for example, going to other cities in Netherlands, Belgium, Brussels, and anywhere. So the connection through River Rhine is extraordinarily important and very, very convenient for transportation. Yeah, and that makes the geographical positioning of Dusseldorf very special. If you very quickly take a look to your right side, yeah, would you please? We have, if we can see it from here, yeah, we have a building where Western Germany Media Group is situated. Yeah. So a lot of people working in media also come here. As I told you just few moments ago, this is a mixed area of businesses, clubs, boat clubs like this, restaurants, bars. So it's a very lively area with shops, with everything. You can get anything here. So follow me, and we are moving closer to the Rhine Tower, TV tower that I introduced to you. Yeah, so now you can take a look at this. It's really gorgeous. And at night, it's full of lights and colors, and the whole area just becomes very lively in the evenings. Well, I just told you that we dance here. This reminds me of my years in Shanghai, where I spent a lot of time studying and working. And I remember that every time we would go out in the evening, people of all ages would come together and dance, do sports, tai chi chuan, all these kind of things. And every time I come to here in Düsseldorf, it reminds me of my years in China, because people do exactly the same here. So people get together in the evening and dance, talk to each other. There are dance teachers that are very good and that they can guide you. Let me show you this very wonderful area where all of this happens under the lights and with fresh breeze from the river. Yeah, there is very beautiful place that gives a nice view of the boats again. So come. So you see these open areas, people come here. Yeah, people come here, they can sit down with a cocktail, a drink, music, sometimes very loud but very nice music. Yeah, so to my right you see the Rhine Tower, the TV tower. So that's where we dance with the boats. Also, I will never forget my trip to Taishan, also in China. And what we did there, we bought a lock as a token of memory and put it on the chain. So it's also very famous in China, I know. And that's exactly what we did. But here you can also do this. Yes, just to leave a little bit of memory, a little bit of yourself in Düsseldorf. Well, I've been talking a lot about the River Rhine, yeah? But you will ask me, so Anna, where is the River Rhine? Because all we've seen was just a harbor. Yes, right. So now I will guide you to the bank of the River Rhine, and you will see how great it is, how wide and broad it is. Maybe, I don't know, but probably it reminds me, maybe it will remind you also of Changjiang Yangtze River. Yeah. So let's come and see how it looks here in Düsseldorf. Well, in case if you get thirsty, you got the water. Let's go. So here we are at the Bund, yes, and we see the river, we see the bridge, and from here you can also see Düsseldorf Old Town. Yeah, it's a very beautiful place. Maybe next time I'll take you there, yeah, but now we stay here. And as a researcher of sister city partnership, I must say that this partnership between Chongqing and Düsseldorf or Duisburg and Wuhan or many other cities in Germany and China is extraordinarily important. Yeah, it goes. Of course, it's very economy oriented, so economic benefits and win-win plays very important role. But it also goes beyond this. So there is a lot of exchange between schools, for example. Kids can learn Chinese. My kids learn Chinese, for example, in Duisburg. So there are many different activities, educational, cultural, different events organized by both cities that bring the cities together. And in today's world, the work of cities is extraordinarily important. Yeah, and we really hope that the partnership flourishes and expands, and that the River Rhine is connected to River Changjiang. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you, Anna, for your great introduction and your exploration in this place for us. I am going to connect with the side of Chongqing with our guests from, from Germany. He has been studying Chongqing for several years, and he is been really diving into this place. And our host on the side, Deng Nan, has been there with him. So I think they had a really great talk about their experience, about their imagination, about their experience about living in Germany and living in Chongqing. Also, their insights and their comments about the cooperation between the two cities. And I'm really looking forward seeing those connectivity and interaction between those two. So let's just switch to these.
Wir haben unsere spezielle Gast, Rofan und willkommen. Und wie geht es dir?
Mir geht es super, ja.
Ja,
Danke.
was machst du in der Wochenende?
Am Wochenende besuche ich ein bisschen die Innenstadt. Sowas in der Art, soweit es eine Innenstadt gibt bei dieser riesigen Stadt.
Wie gefällt dir diese Stadt und even Hotpot?
Mir gefällt es hier super. Die Stadt hatte sehr viel mehr zu bieten, als ich erwartet habe. Und Hotpot habe ich mehr als nur ein paar Mal gegessen. Ist ein bisschen Guilty Pleasure geworden, weil das echt lecker ist.
Ja.
Bisschen gewöhnungsbedürftig, aber ja, genau.
Super. Hello guys, it's Nan from iChongqing. We just did some chit chat with my German friend, Rofan Wu, and I was just asking what he did in the weekend and how did he feel about the city Chongqing. Yes, and please introduce yourself to our audience, Rofan.
Yeah, hi. My name is Wu Ruofan in Chinese, Ruofan Wu in German. That's my German name. I'm 25 years old, visiting Bielefeld University, and I'm doing an exchange semester at the Southwest University of Political Science and Law. And yeah, here I am.
Okay, so we are now at the Chongqing Grand Theater. Maybe you have seen this online, but behind us is an iconic landmark of Chongqing, which is Chongqing Raffle City. And you can see beautiful scenery here with two rivers just cross each other in this area. And Chongqing is one of the four directly administered universities in China, and which is also the biggest city in the world. It got many mountains, for example, Jingfo Mountain, the Fairy Mountain. It got two very famous river, just like I said, the Yangtze River and Jialing River, and it also got 20,000 bridge, which they got nicknames of Mountain City, River City, and Capital of Bridge. Yes, and we are very happy, and we have many cultural exchange and economic exchange with Germany. And that's why we have our guest here. So today we're gonna do some city walk around this beautiful Chongqing Grand Theater. We just show you the beautiful sceneries here, and we have a little bit of questions for our guests, so we can discuss together. Yes. So. Also, Rofan, can you also tell us why do you choose Chongqing to continue your study, and how do you feel about the city?
Well, I chose Chongqing because my university at home has a partnership with the SWAPO. And for another reason, I already saw Beijing and Shanghai. So I wanted to visit Chongqing, well, as you said, biggest city in China and in the world, and see the cultures of the Southwest. That's why I chose Chongqing. And when I got here, I got to witness how culturally rich Chongqing is in comparison even to, like I said, Shanghai. And yeah, that's pretty much about why I chose Chongqing.
Yeah. So once you mentioned it's very cultural rich here,
Yeah.
and do you have any familiar elements of your country in here?
Familiar elements?
Yes, do you feel any German trace here in Chongqing?
Oh, yeah, much in the technology, mostly like with the cars and with elevators, like ThyssenKrupp, for example. There are plenty of cars like Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes, things like that. And if you look into the interior of any homes or hotels, maybe even, there are brands like, I don't know, Philips, Miele, Siemens, and if you look at Doorworks, maybe even Hermann or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
there are
you,
plenty of German brands. Yeah,
yeah, you just mentioned about the giant company Siemens, right?
yeah.
Can you guess there how many German interests in companies in Chongqing?
Oh,
Just guess.
uh,
Have a
like the
try.
major brands or all of them?
All of them, I think.
I think I don't know, 50 maybe.
50. Do you think it's a little bit more or less? 50?
It might be more.
Might be more.
Might be more. Yeah.
Yes, I would tell you there, to be more specific, it's 94. So nearly
94.
yeah, so nearly 100 companies are in Chongqing. They're
Yeah,
located in
okay,
Chongqing,
okay.
which is German companies. And I don't know whether you know that in last November, which is November of 2024, we got a huge event which called German Advanced Manufacturing Enterprise Chongqing Tour, which we invited a lot of giant German companies to visit Chongqing to do some research to help them enlarge their business in Chongqing. Yes, which you can say Mercedes-Benz and also the Siemens you just called, and also Bosch. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, things like that. So do you see a lots of economic exchange between China and Germany?
Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, China is the new superpower in trade and obviously technology. So, yeah, I think there's going to be much more to see of that.
Yeah. So, do you have any just when you did the when you live in Germany? Do you got any products like they made in China? A lot of them.
Oh yeah, there's lots of Chinese products. I think anything in everyday products you can just see made in China on the back. I mean, at first, made in China was more like an mass production thing, but now it's more and more like about technology and innovation and reliability actually. So it's gotten more accustomed to the German standard. So it also stands for good quality now. And yeah, there are plenty. I mean, yeah, like I said, mostly technology products and yeah, smaller items.
Yes, just like you said, a lot of reliability and it's a good quality. You know, that's what we usually say that what things are made in German.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means highly quality and highly standard. And as far as I know, I think there's a lot of economic exchange between China and Germany. And China is the largest import resource of German,
Yeah.
and it also second largest trading partners to German. And in last year, they got with more than $200 million. They got exchange, trade exchange like that, and there are a lot of area they also cooperate with each other, just like you mentioned, the Mercedes, the Volkswagen. Do you know also that Chongqing is our capital of NEVs,
I'm sorry.
new energy vehicles?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a lot of brands like Chang'an and Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to drive them?
No.
Never?
I haven't been driving for a very long time, but I've been in those cars plenty of times because if you call Didi here,
Yeah.
it's almost no. In every case, it has been electric vehicle. So I've seen many of them in action.
Yes. So you got driving license in Germany?
Yes, I got a driver's license in Germany. Yeah.
But you haven't never tried any drive experience in China?
No, I forgot my international driver's license.
Okay, that
That's
makes
why
sense.
I didn't try it.
So just from perspective of passenger, what do you feel it kind of different between when you take just a Didi, like you said, and the new uh, energy vehicles, and also the car driven by oils?
What differences?
Yeah, it's just because of the traditional car and the new energy cars
Well,
as a
it's
passenger. What are you driving? No, what do you just feel about that?
Well, it's a lot quieter,
Quieter.
a lot more quiet, and it's I don't know how to say this. It feels very advanced because it's this sounds very stupid, but it's because there's like a giant screen and you can just type in everything digitally, and well, that depends on the cars I've seen. Um, they don't have that kind of technology in them because most of my friends drive old cars, maybe, and the new cars I'm yeah, circling here. Um, yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
it's
It's just
okay.
it's way more comfortable to drive in to be as a passenger as well. Hydraulics maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know that much about cars. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine. So I would like to. Do you have ever tried Taobao or Tmall or Jingdong in China?
Jingdong, yes, I've
Yes.
done plenty of Jingdong shopping. Yeah,
Yeah. How do you feel about the speed of the delivery?
it's fast, it's good, and the products that I get are very well good, reliable. So it's actually similar to what we know as, I mean, our Amazon. Uh, yeah, it's just the Chinese opposite of that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the reason why I just about questions and because I want to mention another good important point, which is China Europe Railway Express. Have you ever heard about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I think the first launch it was the 19th March 2011, and which just departed from Chongqing and then to Duisburg.
Yeah.
And from now on, 14 years passed, it has already launched uh, 110,000 trains from China to Germany. Yes. What do you know about it? Have you ever heard about it?
Yes, it's in my experience, it is known as the New Silk Road, right? And it's a way more efficient way for product export and import from the EU to China and the other way around. So as I know, it's way cheaper than flying by air, going by air, and it's way faster than just shipping it across the ocean. I don't know by how much, but I know it's way more efficient.
Yeah, it will run through 27 countries and more than 350 cities just through this road. And lots of countries, no matter in Asia or in Europe, will benefit from it. Yes, I think it's very good link between the China and Germany to do some trade, yeah, economic trade. Yes, and also apart from this economical trend, I think we also did a lot of cultural exchange between China and Germany. And I think you are one of the vivid example of we do the cultural exchange, right? I think we did a lot of shorter and also longer program between the universities in Chongqing and in Germany, and it will related to bachelor degree or the Fachhochschule, I think. Yes, and from my math school, I think there is one program which is connected, cooperated with the University of Dusseldorf. Yes,
Okay.
and it's about a high. It's about called Heinrich Heine Center. It was it was launched in 2013, I think, which do a lot of shorter cultural exchange for students and also for the teachers, for the training, for learning the German literature and also the language. I think you got more experience than I. How do you feel about this kind of studying experience in China?
Well, you learn a lot about the culture here. I mean, not just learning in classes. We actually have classes like that, like today's China. There are classes to learn about Chinese culture, but it's, I mean, if you're getting out there in the city, you can experience much more about it. And if you interact with the other students and teachers, you get to learn about the daily life that they have. And that kind of cultural exchange is much more richer than just learning about it in class. I mean, you can learn about it in class in Germany as well. So there's no need to learn it in class in China. It's a more hands-on experience.
Yes. So for you, you are a German student
Yeah.
who studies in China. Do you know anyone or friend he Chinese but he's learning in Germany?
I'm sorry?
I just said you are a German student who is studying in Chongqing.
Yeah.
Do you got any friends? They are Chinese but they study in Germany. Kind of.
I met a few, but we didn't really stay in contact. I was involved in a volunteer program here to help with translation and more actually cultural exchange here. And I met some Chinese students who have been in Germany, and they had a very good experience there.
Yeah.
But they had a big problem with the language.
Yeah.
Because German isn't exactly the
Yeah.
easiest language to learn. Yeah.
I think, but it was very easy to you to learn German because you
Yeah,
were a German.
I've grown up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I
me,
just noticed your hairpin. Yeah.
yes.
I think it's very Chinese style things.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you fancy of all the Chinese traditional culture?
Yes, I like it really much. I mean, I'm obviously Chinese by heritage, so I like to embrace it and learn about it. That's one of the main reasons I came to China, to Chongqing, to learn about it. And yeah, I mean, the hairpin was one of the things I actually already did back in in Germany, but learning about Chinese culture, yeah,
Yeah.
it's, I think, something mostly from the Taoism.
Yeah.
That's what they mostly do. So I've been called Taoist more than just a few times, or mistaken actually, because yeah, I know about the religion. I learn about much about the religion, but I don't follow this religion. So
Oh.
yeah, this is just a coincidence.
Yeah. So do you wear any like a costume like handbook in just daily life?
Um, it's not quite common, not even here, especially not at my age. You can see many elderly people who do this, who just wear, well, more traditional clothing. But yeah, I like to do that actually.
Yeah.
uh,
Yes, I just don't know whether you have noticed the news that a group of Chinese people they are doing like traditional clothes and having the traditional instrument in German, which I think it's a cultural carnival.
ja,
Like
Karneval
that.
der Kulturen.
Yeah,
Ja.
they just get award for best outfit.
Ah.
Yeah. Maybe I think maybe after you just finish your study when you came back to Germany and you will join them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
join the group. Yeah.
I have the outfit now. Might as
Well,
well embrace it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should wear it today and we can just do the live stream with your outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time I will wear that. Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know whether you feel very familiar with the refugee because I think the last year the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz
Yeah.
they just visited Chongqing with a delegation with a cabinet well of I think agriculture and business group of business delegation. Have you heard?
Education probably as well.
Yeah, education as well. Yeah, have you heard about this news?
Briefly.
Briefly.
I was preparing for this state examination at that time, so I
Oh.
didn't really follow up on the news quite that well as I should. But yeah, I heard about that, and it's understandable that German chancellor would want to do that.
Do you often, follow all this kind of trend about the politics, about the politicians?
Do you mean in interaction with China?
No, just in your country, kind of like because I just know because you have changed a new government, a new
Yeah,
candidate, yeah, which
yeah,
is met now the chancellor.
yeah.
Yeah,
We have to stay up to date about those things. Yes,
yeah,
especially as lawyers.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, what do you think about his his opinion about enhancing the economic change, economic exchange between China and Germany or China and Europe?
I mean, Merz is he's a lawyer as well, and but he's mostly a businessman. So he would have big interest in keeping China as a trading partner. I think, I, if I recall, he wants some independence from China as well, from anyone actually, but he's still willing to not, or in other words, not willing to um, break up the relationships with China. I mean, China is, as I said before, the new superpower, so they would have, they would need to keep this relationship good.
Yeah, I think you just mentioned about the dependency. It's also not just for Germany; it's for the whole Europe. I think they are looking for independent from
Yes.
from America or from anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that. But also they all need the trading partnership with other countries, just like America and China. Well, do you think this kind of very controversial, contradict to each other for looking dependency and also looking for cooperation?
No, it's a good balance because it's a necessary balance. If they depend too much on another country, then they, well, yeah, I don't have a really good example at this point. But
Yeah.
if they're too dependent, then they make themselves financially and politically dependent on the other countries and may have to take sides in, yeah, particular cases, and that would make them very vulnerable. And yeah, that's something no one really wants. So it's a walk on the edge, walk on the knife's edge, as we say in German.
Yeah.
Also auf Messerschneide laufen, because it's, yeah, hard to balance cooperation and keeping the distance.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think any kind like biggest similarity and also the biggest difference between the China and Germany in their culture or in any other aspects?
The biggest
Similarities and
similarities.
also the big difference uh between China and Germany for your background. Do you feel any? Do you feel any?
The similarities. Do you mean political similarities?
Or maybe in culture or in economy?
Um, I mean, they both want good profit.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's a
of
big
course.
part.
Yeah,
It's they will both want the independence that comes with economic freedom, and they want to both keep up good relations because um, Germany was historically, not historically, but is known for good products, and China is known for its digital um, rising up, advancement. Sorry,
yeah.
advancement. And yeah, I mean, I just 2 days ago I registered for the Palm payment for WeChat. It was very fast and it's very convenient. Just little things like this. It's way easier to have a way better infrastructure,
Yeah.
and also with digitization of, well, everything from entrance fees, travel, booking. I don't know, hotels, trains, plane. It's way easier and more convenient here. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, maybe just like you said, we got our strengths, for example, in the artificial intelligence and
Yeah.
also some digital development and the infrastructures. And also German got some strength, I think, in industrial strength.
Yes.
Yes, also in the car automaking, car
Yeah.
making. Yes, a lot of maybe we can cooperate with each other more in these areas. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a necessity for Germany actually, because the automobile industry is was strong in Germany and still is, but with the new climatically neutral, klimaneutral, uh,
Okay.
like electric vehicles. On that part, China is way more advanced and ahead of Germany. I just saw, I think it was a reel on Instagram about, yeah, how much advanced the Chinese technology on that part is in comparison to Germany or even the USA. Yeah.
Yes, and maybe we kind of like we will learn from you because Germany have a lot of super good brands in automobile, which
Yeah.
Porsche,
Yeah.
yeah, and Volkswagen, Audi,
Yeah.
yeah, Mercedes Benz, and maybe we should do learn more about the brand promotion. Yeah, just from you from your brands. Yeah. So in general, what do you think the uh biggest prospect, I think, between the China and Europe? Because I don't know whether you know it, but this year is the 15th anniversary of the diplomatic relationship between China and Europe.
Oh.
Yes, so it's a big year. So I don't know, because for take German example, we just talk about the cooperation areas. Do you think? Do you have any ideas about a bigger kind of blue sky or prospect of the future between China and Europe?
Mm, do you mean regarding this government or?
No, maybe just for a future, for a prospect. Maybe, I think. Do you think this government will take a long-term job?
Take a what?
A long-term job. They will do a lot of times, because I know every 4 year or 5 years we'll do a election, right?
Well, yeah, it's quite difficult to answer. It's both sides want the profit, so
Yeah.
they want to uh, they will need to invest into each other, and there needs to be more exchange on the innovational part on both countries. So yeah, I think it would benefit both sides, both uh, countries to
Okay.
enhance this relationship. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I will change some like a familiar question to you, because today we are doing a live stream with also Dusseldorf in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we are, I don't know whether you know it, because we are the sister cities for more than 20
Yeah,
years.
I heard about that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So do you know anything about Dusseldorf?
Well,
Have you been there before?
I've been to Düsseldorf, I think once or twice, maybe. It's the capital of our province, North Rhine-Westphalia. It's I think it's the biggest city there. Yeah, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know whether you have. You also got a river, which is Hein, right?
Yeah,
Yes, and we Chongqing also situated just
yeah,
alongside the Yangtze River and
yeah.
Jialing River. And I also think, remember the kind of, do you get the also mountains in Düsseldorf?
Which mountains?
Do you get any mountains in Düsseldorf? Because Chongqing is a mountain city.
I honestly don't know about
Okay,
that.
okay, okay.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. So
I'm not that well in geography.
yeah, okay, okay. Maybe you're more familiar with your own hometown, right?
Yeah,
Bielefeld.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have any special experience in China that you can share with us?
Special experience here in China. I
Yeah,
mean,
do you have any interesting stories just along the journey, or in your life, or in your study, or in your doing you just volunteer, just said, do you have
yeah.
any interesting stories? Maybe you can remind it now.
Interesting stories about my experience here. Um, the people are way more direct, I think. They're more warmer, openly, warm-hearted, yeah, warm-heartedly, and they just approach you about well, anything for selling whatever products they have. And I had to more like get over it to say, no, I don't want this. I had much trouble with that in the beginning. And the longer I stayed here, the better I knew, okay, rejection is, it's hard to say, but it's really rude to say but they're used to it, used to being rejected by, or even ignored by some people. That was, yeah, different because Germans would be way easier offended if you just ignore them on
Okay.
the street. That's my experience anyway. And yeah, I mean, the biggest culture shock might be the food, which is way more literally
Spicy?
convenient and spicy, of course, yes. But it actually just took like a month or something like that to adapt to the spiciness. At least when friends and other people came to visit me, I could, yeah, invite them to lunch, to dinner, I don't know. And I didn't even feel the spiciness. It was just, well, spice for me, just yeah, normal spices. And they were just burning up because it was too spicy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in total, generally still enjoy your life here, right? In
Yes,
Chongqing.
very much.
Yeah. I'm so glad you said that because I'm a local here. So I'm
yeah.
so glad you like my city, my country.
Yeah.
And just like Rofan just said, Chongqing is a beautiful city. And just because of its unique landscape, such as the Hongyadong and unique infrastructures, just like the Leeds bus station, where monorail passing through the buildings, and also it's spicy food like hot pot, but it's very addictive. Chongqing recently years, it's very famous in social media, I think, because it's a cyber city and it attracts a lot of tourists from China and over the world to visit here, and also we welcome all the tourists here just because and all of you just in front of screen, and maybe one day we can just meet each other just like today we meet. I meet Rofan today in here in Chongqing. We will meet each other just like the Jialing River meets Yangtze River in Chaotianmen Square, and we are looking forward it. Welcome to our city, and that's all for today's live stream, and let's head back all our time to Echo.
Thank you, Rofan and Zhengnan, with your great interaction and communication on the riverside behind the background of the Raffle City, Chongqing. It's a beautiful place, and I love your talks. And it's really real and really. I think Mr. Wu seems like a really introversial person, but he's been sincerely sharing his view and his experience about his understanding of Chongqing and Chinese culture and his living experience and studying experience in China, also living here as a German. So let me just add some information about the latest collaboration information about Chongqing and German. German companies are also doubling down on Chongqing these days, with 94 German invested enterprises, including giants like I just mentioned, Siemens, Bosch, and Continental. Chongqing has become a hotspot for advanced manufacturing. That's what we know, right? So it sure has in fact attracted, the German FDI in Chongqing has nearly doubled since 2014. And last November, 12 new German projects signed agreements in Chongqing, totaling 8.7 billion yuan in robotics, 5G, and green technology. There is a clear sign of confidence in our city's future between the cooperation of these two regions. Also, beyond business, people-to-people ties are really thriving. thriving. Take education as an example. This June in this year, Chongqing University partnered with Berlin University of Digital Arts to launch a Sino-German digital media program, the first of its kind in Central and Western China. And let's just not forget the former German chancellor who has visited Chongqing last year, right? He took a city walk through Chongqing's iconic Liberation Monument and Luohan Temple and chatting with students about urban development. We do have our video, the news video for that, if you guys can record it.
It's a lively city, and it's also an industrial city, so it's an economic engine, one of the economic engines in China. I'm really happy to be here.
And we have a long-standing relationship with Longqing, and we are very proud of that relationship, and also being the largest city with many customers here for BMW.
Yes.
Especially for new electric vehicles.
合作的时间挺长，2007年开始就跟德国的英纳斯，还有 KSI， 还包括他们的那个环境和农业部都有，还有那个 Cambridge 这个工业技术大学也都有一些合作。他的原话会翻译，我听到翻译说的，就说这是一个非常有意思的项目，对这个生态环境的保护应该是有非常积极的作用，就是两个双面都应该去推进这个。
Yeah. Can you guys hear? Because my microphone is out of the battery. So I'm talking with you to wrap up for today's live stream. Thank you guys for watching this. I think looking ahead, the partnership is only growing stronger between Chongqing and Dusseldorf. So this October, Dusseldorf Exhibition Company will co-host the 109th China International Occupation Safety Expos in Chongqing, showcasing cutting-edge safety tech. I've been searching for this expo on the internet. It has a really fascinating, exhibitions and collections, and also brands are going to show their cutting-edge safety tech to showcase their really advanced technology and also their gears and their products. I'm really looking forward, and iChongqing is going to cover this news report. So plans are underway for the new middle corridor railroad via Turkey, further expanding the Europe-Asia connectivity. So there are a lot between two cities, the two countries going on these days. The future is really bright. Again, it's full of opportunities, and we are really appreciate for today's guests from in Germany, also in Chongqing. That's all for today's highlights. From trade to tech, from classrooms to cultural exchange, Chongqing and Germany is writing an exciting chapter together. We believe that. So we now are really want to hear from you. If you have some questions for our live stream, for our content, you have comments, you have something you want to request from us, just leave your comments down below, okay, about this collaborations, about the education. If you are in Germany, you want to study in Chongqing, if you want to invest in Chongqing, if you want to travel in Chongqing or anything, collaborated with us. please comment on this live stream or through our iChongqing's Twitter X account and Facebook page, also our Instagram account, also this YouTube account. Follow us, drop those questions and requests on the comments, and stay tuned with our content. Thank you, guys. This is iChongqing and Echo Chen. We will see you next time. Thank you.
Maritime shipping always plays the leading role in the Chinese-European trade, as well as most of the trade in the world. However, a land logistics corridor across 2 continents has been steadily growing. During the past global pandemic, it surpassed maritime and air shipping, becoming the most stable and secure logistics channel, delivering medical supplies and Christmas gifts made in China to the people of Europe. It is called the New Silk Road, sometimes the New Eurasian Land Bridge. It is the intercontinental freight railway that has been operating for over a decade, the China-Europe Railway Express. In 2014, Chinese President Xi Jinping witnessed a train arriving at Duisburg, Germany from Chongqing, China. A year earlier, he had proposed the Belt and Road Initiative, using the Silk Road as a historical symbol, to invite countries along the route to develop comprehensive economic cooperation.
It was a great honor that President Xi Jinping visited Duisburg. Obviously, he was quite happy to see that the One Belt, One Road initiative finally reached Duisburg. From our point of view, and for me in person, a very impressive and very emotional moment.
Since then, it has attracted increasingly more media attention.
The freight has crossed 12,000 kilometres in just under 18 days.
The first freight train to come in to the UK from China.
It's a lot faster than the current Trans-Siberian or Trans-Mongolian railways.
The hurdles facing logistics companies are significant, but one route, it seems, is too big to fail: the rail route connecting Europe and China.
Over the past decade, this railway line connecting Asia and Europe has maintained regular operations. The opportunities it brings to countries along the route have become captivating with every clash of the tracks. On June the 8th, 2016, the China-Europe Railway Express officially launched its unified brand, with 8 cities, including Chongqing, Chengdu, Zhengzhou, Xi'an and Wuhan as the starting stations. On June the 20th, the Chinese President and Polish President attended the arrival ceremony of the China-Europe Railway Express after the brand unification.
原来传统的这个海运可能需要几十天到惠州，重庆从2011年开通渝新欧这个班列，11000多公里，整个全程运行的时间16天，所以对吸引笔记本电脑行程采集取是非常有诱惑力的。
The China-Europe Railway Express brings made-in-China products to the European market, most notably cars and laptops. Chongqing has long been a global manufacturing base for laptops, with 1 in every 3 laptops globally produced there. In recent years, as the local automotive industry has flourished, the value of cars has greatly increased, surpassing that of laptops.
我们长安汽车经由中欧班列出口的地区和国家主要是多联起的地区。在2023年吧，我们经由中欧班列发往中欧市场的，一共有接近6万辆。然后占我们长安在当地的出口市场的占比呢，在60%到100%不等。中欧班列是我们长安发往目标市场的最主要的运输方式。
More and more high-end European cars, fine wines, agricultural products are now heading towards Asia through the railway, turning this route into a substantial two-way channel. For Europe, The arrival of the China-Europe Railway Express has also propelled the region's sustainable development. Duisburg is an industrial city located in Germany's industrial heartland, the Ruhr area, where coal and steel once drove prosperity. Today, the steel industry faces challenges such as environmental protection and fierce competition. The city is looking to develop the modern logistics to drive the economy. Situated on the banks of the Rhine River, Duisport is the world's largest inland port, where ships can sail directly into the ocean via the Rhine. The port is connected to the railway system that spans Europe, making it a logistics hub on the European continent. The China-Europe Railway Express has turned the port into a significant gateway of trade for Europe to Asia.
There was a lot of interest then of Chinese companies which were searching for activities in Europe, and they focused on Duisburg. So the city of Duisburg had a lot of profits out of it. A lot of companies settled here in Duisburg, so a win-win situation.
The modern logistics industry brings new companies. Countless goods are being transshipped here, breathing new life into the city of Duisburg. New job opportunities are opening up for locals.
Ich bin jetzt 57 Jahre alt. Als ich angefangen habe, war ich 52 Jahre alt. Es ist nicht normal, dass man mit 52 einen so festen Job bekommt wie ich hier. Ich bin jetzt, wie gesagt, seit 4 Jahren hier. Ich fühle mich wohl hier. Die Arbeit macht mir Spaß. Ich habe eine gewisse Verantwortung und ich hoffe, ich kann hier bleiben, bis ich in Rente gehe.
我们仓库目前负责中欧班列前后端仓库配套服务。目前日均仓库进出库货物上百件。平时工作当中，德国同事认真负责，与我们平时相当融洽。
Ja, also ich hoffe ja, dass der Warenverkehr größer wird, dass mein Arbeitsplatz hier sicher ist, dass die Seidenstraße bestehen bleibt, dass die Verbindung größer wird und die Zusammenarbeit zwischen Duisburg und China noch größer wird. Und wie gesagt, ich dadurch meinen Job sicher habe, bis ich in Rente gehe. So wünsche ich mir das.
In today's environment, where maritime shipping dominates international trade, the China-Europe Railway Express has repeatedly demonstrated its effectiveness in stabilizing the international trade system. In 2021, amid the global pandemic, maritime shipping was affected by pandemic control measures and severe fluctuations in local supply and demand, leading to reduced operational efficiency and increased costs. Many businesses turned to safe, stable land transport. That year, while global shipping volumes decreased, the China-Europe Railway Express hit a historical record of 15,183 trips. In 2023, military conflicts in the Red Sea obstructed trade routes via the Suez Canal. This led many shippers to once again choose the China-Europe Railway Express as an alternative. The Intercontinental Railway has enhanced the global logistics system to withstand the unpredictable international situations. Since the first train departed from Chongqing, the railway has operated over 85,000 trains, reaching 25 European countries and 219 cities. In the past 3 years, it has transported approximately 1.65 million TEUs annually. By tapping into the latest logistics route established jointly by China and ASEAN nations, known as the new International Land-Sea Trade Corridor, the China-Europe Railway Express can even broaden its reach into Southeast Asia, connecting international seaports like Singapore.
And it is a tool, an instrument to connect much more parts of the Chinese and the European economy than it is today by deep sea or air cargo. So it is the link which can help us to even work stronger and tougher together.
展望未来的10年，我对这个充满信心。我们希望中欧双方共同努力，为这个国际通道的顺利运行共同做出努力。
For a century, the whistles along the Rhine have reverberated through the ages. From the roar of the Industrial Revolution to the harmonies of global cooperation, they have sounded the call for development through different eras.